if you haven't already got your mask and your personal protection equipment by this point, it's going to be very difficult. Hello everyone, welcome back. Another episode here of the bucket list. I'll just roll in the bucket here. Oh, here's a bucket list, the Harbor Freight bucket list. Sorry, my hand is still broken. I've kind of pulled it out just a little bit more and gave myself a little bit more bandage so I can get some airflow. Starting to stink a little bit, but I'm still prepping. I'm still prepping for the virus going around. And so let's see here. What do I got? Okay, so I got a few things, and I did make a Harbor Freight run. There are no masks. Okay, there are no disposable N95 masks at Harbor Freight, and I also noticed there are no face shields at Harbor Freight either. So all the face shields are gone. And so today is February the 28th. So I took advantage of this leap year 3-day sale. I used the 30% off. This is some of the stuff that I'm going to talk about here in my bucket list, but I'll go over that a little bit later. But I did use this 30% off, and I did get the free right here, Tarp. Always get whatever freebie they offer. I always try to get, you know, whatever coupons they have. This one I actually got like about 2 or 3 weeks ago when I went into the store, and I kept this. I'll probably be going back if they have the supplies. If not, I'll probably get the typical more gloves and everything. But this is what I got at Harbor Freight. I did not get a bucket, but this is part of my bucket list, and I'll show you. Let me just first talk about what's on the table here first. So if you haven't already gotten your mask and your coveralls and face shields and goggles, right now I went to Harbor Freight. There seems to be a low supply of decent goggles. They do have goggles, but I'm not really satisfied with it, so that's why I got this. This is from Amazon, and I'm gonna just pull it out here, and let's just go ahead and open this up here. So I got this, an Amazon product. So, and I just want something to protect my eyes, because you can still get infected through your eyes. Let's see if I can open this up. I got a broken hand. If you don't know, I got a broken hand. I did go to the doctor's. I'm kind of using it a little bit more because I've decided to go ahead. Well, as soon as I get my insurance to get the okay, the doctor called the insurance and get this approved. But I've decided to go ahead and just get plate and screws onto my 4th and 5th metacarpal. And that way I can start using my fingers. I can do this, but I can't do anything more than that. So anyways, so here it is. This is clear. Is this clear? Yeah, this one's clear. I got two. I got one shaded and one clear. So I got one shaded and one clear. So I got these because it seems to be a better seal around your eyes. Now, I prefer these, and the reason why I got these is because when I go out, if I'm gonna go out and there's a potential of quarantine, and let's say your city is quarantined, and because I'm looking at Italy, I'm looking at China, I'm looking at some of the things that other countries are doing and how people are reacting. And the last thing you want to do is be outside when there's a quarantine, but you have no choice but to go outside to get food, supplies, and stuff like that. So if you're going to be outside, I got these, and the reason I got these and not like a goggle, like bigger goggle kind of goggles, the one that really kind of is a little bit bigger, is because I plan on using this to go outside. 2 filters. This has a better seal. I bought this a couple years ago, and I've kept it. I also have the filters. I bought extra filters for these as well, and so hopefully that'll do me good. So I got this, and again, it has a better seal on it. Another thing you might want to consider getting is go get an IFAK. Get a personal IFAK, because if you get injured and there's a quarantine, there's an outbreak in your area, I doubt you're going to be able to go to urgent care, and especially if there's a quarantine and they got like, I don't know, 1,000 people infected in your area, and let's say 200 people are in severe critical condition. Do you think a doctor's gonna have time to look at your broken bone, considering they have an outbreak or an endemic or epidemic or pandemic going on in your part of the world? Probably not. Okay, probably not. Let me put this back in here. So this is the clear one. So I did get one for. I did get a clear one, and you know, the nice thing about this is, let's say this blows over. Well, summer is coming around. I do have several, you know, community swimming pools, and we often do go to swim, and so having a pair of goggles for me to just to go into the swimming pool is not a bad idea. So I'll leave a link in the notes if you're interested. I got this off of Amazon. These are readily available. They're you know, this is what, $12 or whatever. But something just a little bit better than some of the goggles that I've been seeing. They're too big. They're too big. If your goggles, if I can't wear a goggle with this half mask, then what's the point? Because if your goggles are gonna prevent you from getting a good seal, because this is what you really want this to be on your face really well, and so that's why I got these goggles here. Here's another one. Here's another one, and this is tinted. So depending where night or day, over cloud, you know, last thing I just got tinted ones because I wanted tinted ones, and so I got 2. Remember, 2 is 1 and 1 is none. So this is a backup. This is tinted though, so if it's too bright, if this problem persists during spring and during summer, well, you know, at least I got tinted goggles right here. And again, let me show you the back side. The reason I like them is because instead of pulling this over your head and getting your hair caught up, this kind of just comes off and it just claps. There's a little claps. I'm not, you know, it doesn't have to be waterproof. It just has to be somewhat airtight. And I put these on. I've already tried these on, and they, you know, as they go onto my face, I could feel the suction. So protect your eyes, people. You can get infected through your eyes. They are part of your mucous membrane. So, you know, so that's why I got these here. Somewhat fog resistant. They say fog resistant, but they all get fogged up eventually. But again, I'd rather have a foggy goggles than to get infected. So I'm okay with that. So 2 is 1 and 1 is none. So I got 2 of these. I bought a long time ago. They're supposedly disposable, but I did get the filters for them already. And if I was gonna go out, I would go out with this. And then again, I'm not sure. Let me see. This looks like an older one. but it does the same thing. It says organic vapor P95. The P stands for, let me see if it says it better on this one here. Supposedly maintenance-free, P95 for solids and oil aerosols. So if you know about the COVID-19 or SARS-CoV-2, you'll realize that it's potential for aerosol as well. And this is in my opinion, if you can't get the disposable, if you cannot get the disposable, N95 mask, this is probably the next best thing at Harbor Freight. And let's just open one up. This is kind of already open. I've double sealed mine. I kept the bag so I could, and I've been using this. I've been sandblasting, and if you look at this filter is kind of dirty. I probably have to replace the filter. Yeah, this is probably the original right here. One of my first ones that I've used. And then it also has a place here. I've also kept this here so I could just keep it nice and sealed. It's been a while. It's turning yellow almost. But here you go. So what I like about it is that this creates a very good seal. I've been sandblasting and and painting, and you can see this is probably I need to change this out, but it does capture oil. And this part with these glasses, all right, I want to make sure, because what you want to make sure, this goes over your nose and you got a good seal. And with these glasses, basically goggles, this should protect my eye. This is going to protect my mouth and respiratory system. So consider how you get infected, okay? There's several ways you get infected. Several ways you get infected, okay? Let's just talk about some of them right now. Let's put some of this away. I've got to change the filters. I'll do that. That's another reason why I brought them in. But let's talk about how you get infected, okay? There's fomite, okay, which is basically you touch, okay? People sneeze, cough, aerosol. The virus has settled onto surfaces. You touch the surfaces, and then you touch your mouth or you touch your eye. Fomite, all right? And then there's droplets, sneezing, coughing, directly onto you, and you're breathing it in, or it goes in your mouth, or if you touch it, again, it goes on surfaces and you touch it, or it's on you. And then even the Chinese, okay, even the Chinese have admitted aerosol. All right, so the Chinese have admitted aerosol. All right, so, and then fecal oral. So the viruses, okay, the virus can be in your intestines, all right? So it can be in your fecal matter. So you probably want to wash your hands after you use the bathroom, or going to the bathroom, or using the toilet. You probably want to disinfect the toilet or the urinals, or just being in the bathroom, because as you flush, it creates splash and aerosol, all right, depending on what it does. And so fecal to oral, you rub your eye, you don't wash your hands, you touch your mouth, you eat food, you don't wash your hands, you eat food. So very important. The most important thing you can do is just wash your hands. But if you're going to be out, here you go. So those are the ways that you can get infected. So let's put some of this away. So first, get a first aid kit, a real first aid kit, a trauma first aid kit, just in case you break your hand or bleed or something. Because if you go to the hospital, they're not going to be able to help you. All right. So these are some of the things that I just want to show you. I got this off Amazon, got this off Harbor Freight a long time ago. They still have these at Harbor Freight. These are still there. They're $14. The filters are still available on Amazon, and they cost about $2 to $3 per pad. Considering that all the disposable N95s are not available, this is the next best thing, because I'm telling you, the face shields are gone at Harbor Freight. The N95 disposable respirators are gone at Harbor Freight. The gloves are starting to dwindle. There's not that many gloves on the shelves that I saw, and so get some gloves. So I used the coupon to get more gloves. I use these anyways to cook. All right, so not a big deal. So with this particular coupon, I'm able to use 9. So anything under $10, any item under $10 is 30% off. I got it on February the 28th. I'll probably go back another day. And this particular coupon is limit 9. So I can grab 9 things and it's 30% off. That's a really good deal. And plus I got the freebie. So I just got 2 more. I got 9 items. So 2 more gloves. They have this coveralls, very cheap, cheaper than Home Depot, cheaper than Lowe's, cheaper than probably like going to a medical website, and you know, you're trying to protect yourself against fomite, droplets, and I'm gonna wear boots, and I'm gonna wear boots just for going outside. So I got special boots that I'm just gonna use. Some people have disposable booties. I don't have time for that. All right, I got XX large. There was one. Let me see how many were there. There was 1. Let me see. 2, 3. I got 3. I just grabbed what was there. There was 3. All of them XX large, which happens to be, or what's this? Yeah, XX large, XX large. That's for me. And they'll probably fit anybody smaller than me as well. It'll just be very baggy. But you want to protect yourself, all right? So that's that. So I'm going from mask. Okay, I'm transitioning from mask. Masks are gone. So I'm transitioning from mask to PPE, personal protection equipment. So I do have these, which I think are going to be a lot better. Goggles, don't forget your eyes, hands, your body. This is getting serious. There's a case in California. All right, I think it is a woman in Solano County, California. That's around the Bay Area. All right, a lot of people commute, go back and drive hours and hours a day just to go to work. She doesn't know where she got it from. She doesn't travel anywhere. She's in critical condition now. That's the first community infection in California. So once you start seeing that, most likely it's going to take hold in your country. Europe, Middle East, Asia, it's spreading. South America, we're getting parts of Africa. All right, be prepared. Hopefully by the time you see this, I'm hoping that this is all blowing over. But as of today, February the 28th of this recording, there are over 4,000 infections outside of China. Outside of China, all right? Okay, another thing I got was, they sell these separately. They're the lids for the buckets, and they're like $2.99. I got 30% off, so they're really cheap. Made in the USA. Thank goodness they're made in the USA. They got a lot of them. And this goes onto my my bucket here. Let me see my Harbor Freight bucket, if I can fit that in here. Probably can't. So I got my Harbor Freight bucket. So I got a lid for the Harbor Freight bucket, so I could, like, I don't know, store rice, store something, whatever I need to do. So I got 4 of those, which I happen to have. I got 5 buckets, but I got 4 of those. And of course, last but not least, the free tarp. Now, what can you do with the tarp? You can do a lot of things with the tarp as far as personal protection. You know, you could possibly, it's not airtight, but you could possibly use this to kind of give yourself a cleaning area, or use it as a, you can use some duct tape and just wall off an area, and that's where you're cleaning yourself, you're disinfecting yourself. So this is an area, this is something you can use. You can put it on the ground, and this is your disinfecting area. There's a lot of things, a lot of useful things that you can do. It's a freebie. It's not that big, but I've used it recently to clean out my drainage. So this is it's freebie. It doesn't hurt. It can become very useful for certain things. You just have to use your imagination and be creative, and because resources are going to be dwindling. Okay, resources are going to be dwindling, and services are also not going to be available. So you have to come up with things, and supplies aren't going to be available. Like, who knows? Like, tarps may be out of stock. All right, all this stuff is coming from China, people. So it may not be available. So you should probably get tools. Okay, if you haven't already got your mask and your personal protection equipment by this point, it's going to be very difficult. I'm already supplying myself with this kind of stuff. Food is, I am supplying myself with food. I got some other things, but you have to think beyond that. So getting tools. I have a garage full of tools. Okay, so some of the stuff may break down. We don't know how long this is going to last. So you have to maybe fix your car, change your own oil, okay, because business will be shut down. So you may have to get supplies to keep yourself running and going. And that means having the right tools to do it. So think about that as well. Think beyond what everybody else is doing. Think 2 or 3 steps what everybody else is doing. So if everybody's looking for masks, you should have gotten your mask before that. By the time everybody's looking for their mask, you should be looking for coveralls, gloves, goggles before they run out. And if everyone's looking for coveralls, gloves, and goggles, then you should be looking for, always be stocking up on food, but then you should be looking for tools. All right, become a handyman, because the plumber ain't gonna come out. All right, if you're in a quarantine, the plumber's not gonna come out, and your toilet's backed up. Life sucks. All right, you have to learn how to become a handyman, because no one's gonna come out and want to service whatever your problem is. Fixing your car, fixing stuff inside the house. So think about tools. All right. Anyways, if you had an opportunity and you got this coupon and you're able to use it, I'll probably use it for the 29th, which is a leap year, I guess. And then the 31st, I'll probably use it all 3 days. Every time I go out to Harbor Freight, the stuff that you can use for personal protection equipment is dwindling. The masks are not there. The face shields are going away. The coveralls, I suspect, won't be there. I bought all 3 of these. There's plenty of these, the half-face Gerson filters. These are probably better than the N95. You just have to buy the filters for here. I have to replace this. I already bought some, and this is a much better protection than the disposable masks. And you can reuse this. You can disinfect and wipe this down. I probably need to replace these. These are from spray painting and sandblasting, and a free tarp. Anyways, thanks for watching, everybody. Please like, share, comment. What are you doing? What have you done? How are you preparing for this? Because as time goes on, it's the window of opportunity is narrowing. That was my impression of somebody at the WHO. It's going to be closed. And by that time, you need to protect yourself. Protect yourself. Okay? All right. Bye-bye.